Okay, so this morning I went on kind of a normal morning routine for me. So I woke up at 6, I had work at 8:30. So I biked over to the ranch in just outside of Big Bear, which is like where I'd go for like a lot of my runs. It's like just under 2 miles there. Went for a run, ran like 8.5 miles. Hamstring still kind of coming back from like a bad strain. But I'm able to run and just like not too fast. So yeah, I finished the run, felt pretty decent. Kind of the best I've felt in a while, and like I've really felt lately that things are finally starting to turn around with that. Like I'm able to run, at least run. Like I'm not doing workouts yet, and like I don't think I can sprint or like I'd screw things up. But yeah, just been feeling more optimistic lately. And yeah, then I after the I time it so like I just barely will make it to the bus by 8 to get to work and be ready to start at 8:30. Um, so I remember I left at 7:37 from the trail to bike home, and then I usually run. It's like a mile and a half to the bus stop with like my backpack with like all my food and like my work clothes and stuff that I'll need for the day. Um, so I'm biking back, and I guess it's a little reckless. I never even really thought about it much because like it's such like Sugarloaf is like a pretty like quiet residential like neighborhood just outside of Big Bear, and yeah, so I live kind of like halfway up the road on this block, and I go through a four-way or like a normal like intersection. It's not like lights or anything. Um, and like it's a steep downhill, basically from every road into it. So it's like a local minimum, basically in 3 dimensions or two, I guess. No, I got 3 dimensions. And so yeah, I usually just kind of bomb down it. I'm like checking for cars, but like usually they have a stop sign, so like I usually kind of like when I get to a point where like all right, no car's gonna be coming fast enough to like get me basically, then I like send it the rest of the way down and like use that momentum to carry myself like up the hill, and then I'm like home, and I usually like lock my bike up and then get on put my backpack on and just go back straight back out and run to the bus stop. But see, the weird thing, the kind of freaky thing is like I can't remember exactly how it happened. I mean, I've never had a concussion before in my life, so I guess that explains it. But I think I was like going down the hill, probably fast and is like advisable. And I think I saw a car coming from my left. I'm like shit. I like slam on the brakes, um, to avoid being like in front of it, basically. But I think it also started slowing down. Who knows? Maybe if it just blew right through the intersection, like I would have been fine, just freaked out. But yeah, I ended up plowing pretty hard into the side. I mean, it's a really steep hill. I was trying to brake, but it was like too little, too late. Um, so yeah, I smashed into the side of a car. I don't remember the details of like the crash at all, or like the like like minutes afterwards. I think I remember like lying on the ground, really just being in shock. I don't remember being in that much pain, which I guess is a good thing. I just remember being like in shock and not really being like able to move much. Um, and then I remember like just trying to think, 'cause, like I was like on a kind of a mission. Like I'm gonna get home, put my bike away, grab my backpack, back out the door, and run to the bus stop. Like I'm like so kind of focused on like this like plan. Like my mind is still kind of going through that after the crash, but it's all kind of jumbled up. And then I'm like just really, really confused. And I'm like, wait, where am I? I'm going to work. Wait, am I working today? Wait, am I going for a run, or did I finish my run, or what's going on? Wait, I think I'm in like Big Bear. What am I doing in Big Bear? That makes no sense. Or wait, I'm in Sugar. Wait, where? Like, what's going on? Why am I lying here? Like, oh wait, I like crashed into a car, and like I don't remember it at all how long it took. It seemed like an instant, or like I remember getting into an ambulance. The guy who was driving the car was like really friendly. I do remember saying like, "Oh shit, like this is all my fault. Like I'm really sorry, man." And he's like, "No, it was my fault." So we had that kind of nice moment or whatever. He like wrote down his name and his phone number and his like driver's license number or whatever on a piece of paper and gave it to me. And then they put like my smashed bike in the ambulance as well, and we went to the hospital. And they were gonna put like an IV in me or something, and I was like, I kind of don't like needles. I'm not bleeding that much. Could you like not do that? And they didn't, so I was grateful for that. Um, and we got there, and I don't really remember the timeline that much. I know they did like a CAT scan, or no, the police asked me some questions, which was kind of cool. Um, just about like the incident. Like I couldn't really remember exactly, but I was like, I think it's my fault. Whatever. I didn't want to get the guy like in trouble or anything. And then yeah, there were like some like nurses or doctor types. I don't really know. That like when were asking me questions. They did CAT scan and an X-ray, and nothing was like broken or like no brain damage or anything. Which, they're like, oh, you're very lucky, even though like it's like the stereotypical thing they tell you, like, oh, you should consider yourself lucky, even though it sucks to be here at all, but like could have been worse. So I definitely am aware and grateful for that. And then I remember like checking my watch at one point, and it was like 11:30, and I was like, wait, I was gonna get home. I was literally half a block from home, which is like kind of like frustrating. Like, oh, like they're literally the last intersection. And like, boom, I send myself to the ER. But I was like, that would have been like around 7:45. So that means I've been here for almost 4 hours. And yeah, kind of sucked. Oh, they gave me a shot for tetanus, and then they said they could give me a shot for morphine. But I was like, I'm actually not in that much pain right now. And then after I said that, like I kind of started getting a little more pain. I was like, damn. And then there was like nobody in the room for like a while. But they turned on the TV, and it was like Apollo 13. And so I was like half watching the end, like the last like hour or something of Apollo 13. I don't know. There's something just kind of funny about that to me. And like at the end, when like they like they're like out of contact for like longer than they think it's supposed to be 3 minutes, and ends up being like more than 4. But then they're like, Houston, it's good to be back or whatever. And like I got like a little tiny bit emotional, even though I wasn't super like invested. I didn't watch like the whole movie from the start. I was like, damn, let's go America. Or like, I don't know. It's just one of those kind of classic movies that like kind of makes you a little emotional and patriotic for like saving these dudes' lives and all like so many people working together for something like that. So that was, I guess, a nice distraction. And then like Stand By Me started. I watched like some of that because it took them a long time. I had to fill out like a lot of paperwork and stuff. And yeah, they were like, do you have like anyone, like who are you staying, like do you live here, and like do you have someone that could give you a ride home? And I was like, well, I'm staying in this kind of like Airbnb type situation, but I don't have my phone on me, and I don't know what the lady's number is. So yeah, I'm kind of screwed. And they said they might call me a taxi or something. I was like, oh shit, that might be expensive. But then like one of the nurses or doctors, or I don't really know what they were, but he was like really nice and like kind of helping me through some stuff. And he said like he'd like give me a ride home, and that was like really nice. And then we like chatted on the way back, and his wife like worked at the Grizzly Manor Cafe, which like has this like pancake challenge. So I was actually thinking of like trying at some point. And we talked about that for a little while, and it was kind of funny. And yeah, and then I like limped, carried my bike and 2 wheels, which were like separated from the frame, into like the backyard of the place where I'm staying. I like walked through the door and just like heated up some food because I hadn't like eaten that day, and it was like noon. So that was good, even though like it hurt to walk. Like every step on my like left leg like hurt pretty bad, and like just it hurts to like lift it and move it. So that sucks. Also like left side of my face, or my mouth specifically, I can't really like chew. Like the teeth are really like sensitive, and like my lips obviously like cut and swollen. But so yeah, that's been my day basically. Just I like slept for a while, and oh yeah, and then I called the store and told them like, oh yeah, I'm probably not going to be in for today or tomorrow or who knows. Yeah, and I told them why, and I don't think they can get that mad about that. But yeah, first time in the ER since I was 5 years old. So yeah, that's something. Yeah, you haven't lived if you haven't been to the ER once or twice. But yeah, I think in the future I'm gonna not bomb down that hill. Which is like, I don't know. I'm like such a kind of greedy, or just like, I guess, offensive rider, which I know you're not supposed to be. And people or I don't know if my mom ever sees this, she's gonna get mad at me for like not being more careful. Cause yeah, it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, that's what happened. And hopefully I'll be back running soon. Take a little forced taper here, and who knows, maybe my hamstring will heal up better, and hopefully I'll be back to it soon.